Monday lunch is very late. It's actually 4:40 p.m. but I was very busy today, so I hadn't had the chance to eat anything. I'm having two almond flour tortillas with some Mexican cheese and then some shredded beef that I mixed with no sugar added raised barbecue sauce. And then I also have some mayo on top because I needed more fat and some avocado. And then to drink, I'm gonna have sparkling water. And for dessert, a Mickey ice cream bar. For Monday dinner, I wanted something very low carb just because those almond flour tortillas that I had for lunch have a lot of carbs. And then I think that I've never really calculated how many carbs are in the Keto premium ice cream bar. But yeah, I think that just the tortillas were 12 carbs, and then I'm assuming there were some carbs in the filling, and then I'm going to say maybe like 5 carbs on the actual keto ice cream bar. So that's a lot for someone who is not supposed to go over 20 in one day. So I went with 2 eggs and I made them scrambled. I added some of the shredded beef and a little bit of chicken only because, well, I'm a mom, you know how it is. We always end up eating like the leftovers from our kids. So I only had a little bit of the beef and a little bit of the chicken left. So I mixed it in there and then I put some sour cream on top and some avocado for good fat. And then for dessert, I'm gonna have some of this ice cream, which is my favorite. And it's very hard to stop eating it. Like, I always want to have the whole pint. I don't know if that's good or bad, just because I mean, from like thinking from the standpoint of a regular diet, eating the whole pint of ice cream is not a good idea. But when it comes to keto, you need a lot of fat, and this is something I use not just because I love it, but I use it as a fat bomb. And I don't know if it's a good idea to eat it all. I think I need to do some research on that. But I think I'm going to have only half. I don't know if maybe I should try to do less, but it's hard for me to control, so I think I'm gonna eat half. Tuesday lunch is going to be at 1 p.m. I haven't had anything to eat yet. And I'm gonna have some pork. I don't know the name of the cut, but it's the one that has a little bone on the side. And then I'm gonna have some broccoli. I mixed it with a mixture of mayonnaise and low carb Italian dressing. Then I'm gonna add some Hass avocado. To drink, I'm gonna have sparkling water. And then for dessert, I'm going to make one of those Keto Mickey premium ice cream bars. I didn't eat all the broccoli because it was just too much, so I have some leftovers for tonight. For dinner, I'm having leftovers. I showed you the broccoli, that was my leftovers, and then this is leftovers from my daughter. And then for dessert, I'm gonna have this ice cream, and I'm gonna eat all that's left, which I'm gonna say it's probably around half the pint. Wednesday lunch is going to be keto lasagna. It looks very weird because it's frozen. So yeah, this is like ice on top. But I still wanted to show it to you before I warm it up because in the microwave it's gonna splatter everywhere. And I don't like how that looks, so I'd rather show it like this. The noodles are ham, like slices of ham, instead of like the pasta noodles. And it has more fat than a regular lasagna. Wednesday dinner, I wanted something light. I feel hungry, but I don't feel like eating anything too heavy. I don't know why. So I went with eggs. I have 2 eggs here that I scrambled with some Mexican blend cheese. And then I have 1 small Hass avocado. To drink, I think I'm gonna go with just water. And I don't think I'm gonna have dessert. I know that's weird, but who knows? I might change my mind. Something that I forgot to mention in my last couple of days, or not couple of days, yesterday, I forgot to mention that 2 nights ago, I got very hungry at around midnight, and I usually don't eat anything that late. Not that I never get hungry. Sometimes it happens. It's not very often. I think it has something to do with the time of the month. Sometimes there's like 1, maybe 2 days out of the month where I feel hungry at midnight when I'm staying up late. But I'm very able to like brush it off easily and not eat anything. But 2 nights ago, I was very, very, very hungry to the point where I couldn't even concentrate on what I was working. So I had to eat some of these dry roasted peanuts. And then, yes, I forgot to mention it yesterday. And then last night, the same thing happened again. Also, I was working late, so it happened at around, midnight again. And I had some more. And this morning, I was craving this. I was craving more peanuts and cheese. So this is what I'm having. It's 11:30 a.m. And so I don't know if I can call this breakfast or lunch or brunch. But anyway, it's what I'm going to have right now. And I think I might want some eggs in a little bit. But I'm going to wait maybe 1 or 2 hours for that. Oh, to drink, I'm going to have water just because that's what I want to have. It is now 3 p.m. and I feel very hungry. Or I don't know if I feel very hungry, but I feel something weird in my stomach. It's kind of like I feel like I need food, but it's not exactly a feeling of hunger. I don't know how to explain it, but I just know that my instinct is telling me that I need to eat food. So I'm gonna have 2 sunny side up eggs and 1 toast of bread. This is sola bread, which is either 2 or 3 grams of carbs. I'm gonna have some sparkling water to drink, and then I'm gonna have some dessert. And this time around I chose this. The brand is Keto Wise, and this one is the crispy caramel one. They're really good fat bombs. It's dinner time. I'm going to have a can of tuna, and I put some mayonnaise and seasoning. And I'm still debating whether I should eat it with pork strips or cauliflower bites. Still not sure. I think I'm gonna try a little bit with this and then a little bit with this and then decide. And then, I'm gonna have sparkling water to drink. And then for dessert, this is what I'm having. I think the brand is Good Fats, is it? I don't know. And then the flavor is salted caramel. Good morning, it's Friday. It's early for me to start eating. It's 9 a.m., but I have been hungry since 6 a.m. and I haven't been paying attention to it because that's what I do. Honestly, it's not something I do on purpose. I just, I don't know how to explain it. I guess food is not very important to me. It's, obviously it's an essential component of my day, but like I said, it's hard to explain. It's just not a priority, I guess, for me, unless it's a dessert, because not gonna lie, if I have something delicious, like if I have maybe like baked something the day before or on that day, I can't stop thinking about it and I want to eat that. So in a way, it does become a priority. But when it comes to normal food, I'm like, meh. But for the past maybe like 2 or 3 days, I have been feeling a little weird because I have been having some like stomach pains. And I don't know if it's I forget the name of that condition that you get like right before you get an ulcer. So I've been told that, I mean, it could be stress. I've been under a lot of stress lately, but it's also something that happens when you are not eating frequently. And because I'm doing intermittent fasting and because, like I explained, food is not something that I'm constantly thinking about or paying attention to, then it could be it. Not gonna lie, that could be the culprit. So I've decided that I am going to eat something, and this just sounded good to me. It's 2 p.m., so it's time for lunch, and I decided to go for a salad. So I have romaine lettuce here, and then I put some Mexican cheese or Mexican blend shredded cheese. I have 2 slices of maple bacon that I chopped up. I also have 1 small Hass avocado. I have 2 hard-boiled eggs, and then I put some crispy onions on top. As a dressing, I'm thinking I'm going to use keto pink sauce. I think that sounds good. I'm gonna try it, and then if I decide to change the dressing, I'll let you know. I'm gonna drink sparkling water. And for dessert, I think this is what I'm having. These are really good. I really like them, but I'm craving something else. So I might bake some keto chocolate chip cookies and have that instead. But right now I don't know if I am going to feel like going through the whole process of making them after lunch. So I don't know, I might have this just 'cause it's easier. And then maybe I'll bake the cookies for later tonight. For dinner, I messed up a little bit. So I've mentioned before that I'm the only one in this household who is on keto. So I make different food for my husband and daughter. And I was making some chicken rice for them. And the idea was I cooked the chicken first and shredded it. And in my mind, I had that I was going to take some of that shredded cheese and use it for a quesadilla. But I totally forgot, and I didn't take out any chicken, and I mixed it with the other ingredients for the rice. So I have some green beans, and which it's okay to have green beans on keto, but you have to take those carbs into consideration. And then I also have some onions, which are carbs, and green, yellow, and red bell peppers. So again, something I am allowed to have on keto, but they do add carbs. The worst part is I put some ketchup, regular ketchup. So that has sugar, that has a lot of carbs. It wasn't a humongous amount, but it's again something that I want to consider. So the idea was to make a quesadilla with 2 of those flour almond tortillas that I get from, I was gonna say Costco, no, Whole Foods. But those are 6 net grams of carbs each. So that means that I had to make it open face. So I only have 1 of those tortillas just to kind of like adjust to the other unexpected carbs, I guess, that I have on my, like, mixed in with my chicken. Under the chicken, I have, maybe you can see here, some Mexican blend cheese, and then I have sour cream and avocado on top. I thought about skipping dessert because I'm so close to seeing that $1.99 on the scale. I can almost taste it, but I really want this. I made keto chocolate chip cookies, and as soon as they came out of the oven, they were still hot. I put them in this bowl, and then I put some Rebel vanilla ice cream. It's also keto, obviously. So I'm hoping it doesn't affect too much. I think I'm gonna be okay. We'll see. Crossing fingers that tomorrow I get to see that $1.99. It's Saturday, 3 p.m. So that means that I went back to intermittent fasting. It's because I'm feeling a lot better about the pain in my stomach. It's, I don't even know how to explain that pain, but it's like at the bottom of my rib cage. And it is still there, but not as bad as it was the past couple of days. So yeah, I went back to intermittent fasting. I don't know how much longer I'll be able to do it because I think that I shouldn't be doing it every day. Not only it's something that I know that it's not a good idea for women to practice every single day, but also, I mean, if my stomach is telling me not to do it, I mean, I don't want to get an ulcer because of that. So we'll see how it goes. I mentioned this before, but in case this is the first video of mine that you watch, I didn't do intermittent fasting, or I don't do it for the purpose of weight loss. I do it because I naturally don't feel like having breakfast. So this is just I guess I naturally wanted to do that my whole life. I just didn't do it because I kept being told that breakfast was the most important meal of the day. So I was kind of forced to eat something every morning. And then I just found the perfect excuse not to. So I am loving that. But yeah, if I'm going to have pain at the base of my rib cage or Yeah, like it's like in that area, and it's like a dull pain that gets sharp at times. It's just not fun. So yeah, for now, this is it. I mean, it's 3 p.m. already, so I didn't eat anything for breakfast. And we'll see how I feel tomorrow. So I'm having leftovers. This is a an almond flour tortilla. I have some cheese and some of the chicken from yesterday, and then sour cream on top. I'm missing avocado, but I don't have any. I have to go buy some. And for dessert, I'm gonna have 2 keto chocolate chip cookies. They just came out of the oven, that's why they look soft. And some of this Rebel vanilla ice cream that I'm gonna put on top. For Saturday night, I chose a quesadilla. I'm using a crepini wrap. I have shredded mozzarella inside and oven roasted turkey. 3 slices of those like round little ones. I'm not gonna put anything on top. I want it plain like that, kind of like sandwich style. And I'm gonna get my fat from this guy here, my ice cream. I might eat the whole pint because I want to. I don't know, it's one of those days that I need a little pick-me-up, and I'm feeling like I need the whole thing. So probably. To drink, I'm gonna have sparkling water because that's what I like the most. I decided to have breakfast on Sunday, and I'm having some cheese. This is the cheese I'm having, and some peanuts dry roasted. Yum, it's time for lunch. I'm gonna have steak and broccoli. I cooked the broccoli. I overcooked the broccoli just because that's how I like it. And I put a little bit of seasoning and butter. But now I'm going to add some of this dressing that I made myself with mayonnaise and low carb Italian dressing, and then I added a little bit of like sugar substitute because I want something kind of sweet. And I'm gonna have this ice cream for dessert. To drink, I'm gonna have sparkling water. Let me explain what happened after lunch. So during the afternoon, I'm gonna say maybe an hour and a half after I had lunch and dessert. I still wanted more dessert, so I wanted this. I wanted the chewiness, so I had some. I didn't count them, but I'm gonna say maybe like 7 of them. And then later I took this collagen, and then I'm gonna say maybe like an hour after that, I was very cold, so I decided to go for some tea, and this is the one that I chose. So that means that right now I'm not feeling too hungry, but I do want to eat, and I decided to go for dessert only. I'm not gonna eat food. I'm gonna eat just dessert because that's what I want. So this is the ice cream that I started this morning or after lunch, and I'm gonna eat the rest.